Aphelios is the champion that made everyone realise the Riot champion design team has no idea what they're doing. Although at least he cannot revive 4 teammates like Akshan, so he's not quite a Season 11 champion. Our player today has found a build that turns Aphelios top from a meme pick into a split-pushing bruiser with a ton of lifesteal and a secret strategy that means he can never lose a 1v1. This is not a typical ranged top laner that pokes in lane, dies to every gank, and becomes useless after one death. This style is specifically created to beat diving top laners, destroy laning phase, and use the solo lane XP to become a monster who has survivability and insane damage. On this channel we love creativity, whether it's special strategies or new builds to try, and today's sponsor is all about creativity and trying new things. Core is a gaming platform that lets you create and play full games completely for free. You just download one thing and get over 20,000 player-made games to try out, all built using Unreal Engine. You have the familiar favourites reimagined in a more handmade style, you have a ton of original multiplayer games to play with friends, I'm pretty good at this one, might actually retire from League soon, and you even have single-player story games like this one called Vara, inspired by Zelda Breath of the Wild. Maybe you even want to make your own game, it's really simple. I thought I'd make a League of Legends themed racing game. Select a template that fits your game and get a copyright distinct outfit ready. We already have a racing game ready, let's add the theme. Add more trees to make it look more like the Rift, add a nexus to drive around, some towers, and a river with some ducks. Okay, one remaining duck. Finally, add the shopkeeper and his cursed book. You could add a ton more, but let's publish it, and boom, playable for everyone. It only took about 20 minutes for me to make this whole multiplayer racing game. Core are also doing a game jam, this time with $140,000 in prizes, including a Tesla. You can apply to join and the deadline is July 18th. Please let me know if anyone joins this and wins. I think Core is a really great idea, especially since it doesn't cost anything. You can get hours of enjoyment of just trying new games without even having to pay. Click the link in the video description and give Core a try. Our player today is named Jun-Hyuk. His league name is BTS Sun Hyung-min King Jun-Hyuk. BTS, as he is a fan of the K-pop group, Sun Hyung-min is a famous football player who again he is a fan of, and Jun-Hyuk at the end, just so he puts his own name in there somewhere. If you couldn't tell, he's a Korean player, who started playing League in middle school back in Season 5. Unlike every other Korean player we've made a video on so far, he did not have a competitive background, and just played League casually for years. He was Silver all the way up to Season 7, playing with friends, not really taking ranked seriously. And again in Season 8, he still was not tryharding. This season in fact he joined the Korean military for his compulsory 18-month military service, so he definitely wasn't ranking up then. In late 2019, Jun-Hyuk finished his military service and was discharged. This was a very similar time to the release of Aphelios, so when he was getting back into the game after a huge break, that was the champion he started with. He started playing Aphelios AD carry as expected, really loving the champion and how complex he felt to learn. Over time, Aphelios got him more into ranked, but he ran into a problem. He was playing bot lane, but seemingly every game his top lane was getting so destroyed in lane that the game was being lost without him being able to do anything. He couldn't hit 2 items and he couldn't kill the enemy bot lane enough to stop this from happening. He repeatedly tried to force 2v2s to counteract this, but his support never listened as he was still only in gold at the time. There were just too many variables out of Jun-Hyuk's control. A single skill shot missing in a 2v2 and he was done for. So he had an idea. What if he swapped to top lane, ditched the support, and get in a lane that lets him fully control which fights he takes? He was pretty good at Aphelios at the time. He knew in a 1v1 he would have more success. He even tested it on a second account to avoid potential flame or a ban on his main account. But it was not as simple as just locking in Aphelios top. Jun-Hyuk started to develop strategies that would allow his champion to handle a very long lane without having any escapes. He tried new summoner spells to replace TP, and found one that became vital to his strategy. Aphelios wasn't very good in Season 10, so he waited patiently for Season 11 to try the new items. When Season 11 hit, he decided it was time. He began to spam games on Aphelios top, learning matchups as fast as he could. Very quickly, he hit Platinum, and then Diamond. There's something very special about Aphelios that other ranged top laners don't have. In April, after about 600 games, he was nearing Master promos, and his win rate stayed very high, close to 60%. He played his promos sticking to the same style he'd created, and hit Master for the first time. Aphelios top is called a troll pick, even by his Korean Master teammates. But I want to show you why it actually isn't troll, and how this player uses special strategies that he has invented to win lane and win the game solo. In lane at level 1, Aphelios is quite useless. He doesn't yet have his Q ability, so Jun-Hyuk plays safe, killing CS and poking with the extra range of Calibrum when it's safe, using Severum to stay full health after trades. Yes, the gun guns sound complicated, but I'll make it as simple as I can. You always get these guns in the same order. At level 2, Jun-Hyuk's first strategy kicks in. Aphelios unlocks his Q ability, meaning he now has an incredible trade pattern to use. Again, it sounds complicated, but once you've done this combo once, it gets really easy. And Riot kinda has to make this combo OP, otherwise no one would put in the effort to learn it. Start auto-attacking the enemy, use Severum Q, auto, and W to swap guns. Auto again, and Q again, to guarantee a long-range hit, then auto a final time. If this is done correctly, fitting in as many autos as you can, the enemy takes a ton of damage without having a chance to respond. Your range is the highest out of any top laner when you use this combo, so it's impossible for enemies to avoid without losing CS. Jun-Hyuk uses this combo again when he sees the opportunity. He can even get a kill 1v1 if you time it correctly. He trades level 2, then level 4 he does it again. In this matchup versus an immobile melee laner, they have no way to get to you, so there's a very high chance you can get a solo kill using these combos. Jun-Hyuk also has a secret weapon, Barrier. When testing, he found that TP was great, but left you vulnerable to being 1v1'd way too often. He would TP back and just die again. Barrier is so good with Aphelios top because it lets him cheese 1v1 wins every single game. With the extra health, enemies that would normally one-shot you simply do not have the extra damage. Their kits just don't allow them to get through. This buys Aphelios some extra time that he uses very effectively to DPS back and turn the fight. This summoner remains important throughout the game as it constantly denies these comboing top laners killing you with their combo. Positioning on Aphelios top is the most important part of this playstyle. Move too far up and you're dead. Stay too far back and you can't pressure enough. But again, Aphelios top is perfect for this for one reason. Say you're in a bad matchup like an aggressive laner who can dash onto you. You need to play far back, but you can always return damage when enemies go in. Aphelios has a huge range, so if enemies dive you, they either need to kill you, or they're going to lose the trade once they start walking back towards their minions. In this spot, our player takes a huge trade, but Xin is left on lower health by the end of it. Then, Aphelios has his red gun to lifesteal, so Xin is forced to all in again, or just let Aphelios heal back up to full health. If you peel back in a fight, maybe even using the Severum movement speed on your Q, the enemy is then stuck, unable to get onto you, and unable to get away. You can save your route and return a ton of damage because you're the only one who has the range to DPS. Early on, there is a very specific location in lane that Jun-Hyuk stays to ensure he is safe. Firstly, he only ever wards in the river bush for safety. He is tracking the enemy jungle as much as he can, watching the map and extending when he sees the jungler elsewhere. But he's still not playing super aggro even if they're bot lane, he just knows he's safe and can go for some more trades. He has a massive range advantage, so he just auto spaces correctly, he doesn't need to risk moving into melee range. Jun-Hyuk's top lane strategy is special. As Aphelios, you don't want to play super aggressive. When you have your gun combos ready, you can take big trades. Otherwise, you're happy enough just farming. In fact, pretty much every game he's buying a cull just to farm. And farming early on is fine, because Jun-Hyuk has a plan. Sometime around level 5, there is a super important kill combo Aphelios can do. Get Crescendum and Infernum, use Infernum Q on a big minion wave to collect lots of Chakram blades. Whenever you have lots of these, you're always going to do more damage than the enemy laner. And you have Barrier, so they can't fight you at all, because they can't kill you, and they can't outdamage you. Also, your next gun is Severum, so you can start to lifesteal during the fight as well. This can happen at different times, depending on how much ammo you've used so far. The important high damage part of this combo is the white gun, Crescendum. The other guns just help it do extra damage. So right away with your next gun you have another combo ready. Here you have Crescendum and Severum, the red and white, at level 7. And you have ult for some extra chakrams. He face tanks in, gets a 1v1 kill, he pushes tower, takes a plate with the attack speed, and then walks forwards to find Xin again, using the exact same combo to kill even without his ultimate. He is too far ahead in damage and healing for the enemy to kill him here. Just press Q with your secondary gun to create chakrams, swap, and then auto them to death. It's great. If you're a bit low, you can even swap to red gun to ult for more life gain to stay alive, then instantly swap back to finish off the kill. You just have so much extra health that enemies are not expecting. Aphelios top looks so vulnerable, but he is not. If you want to see how good his survivability really is, look at this 1 versus 2 against a Nocturne ult and a Hecarim. Nocturne places very well, giving Aphelios almost no chance to heal off him. Hecarim speeds in, but Aphelios hits a great healing ult and uses Barrier well, turning the 1 versus 2 into a trade kill, which is almost always great. Oh, and it happens again a few levels later, even without the healing ult. There is definitely something about the strategy that needs to be nerfed. From here on, you need to worry a lot less about jungle ganks. If you're poking the enemy top enough, you can always at least get a trade kill when you get ganked. But with the right guns and avoiding a CC chain, Jun-Hyuk often ends up with a double kill and tower plates, which just tilts the enemy and pretty much wins the game. Aphelios is partially so good in bot lane because he can set up ganks very easily. With purple gun Q, one auto attack is enough CC to lock the enemy in place to their death. Even bot lanes in pro play do not respect this, so top laners in solo queue 100% will take an auto attack and then die to the gank, because they've definitely not played against an Aphelios top before. Early on you need to base and get boots. It makes laning so much easier. And you can also start on your first item, Shield Bow. This item has perfect synergy with Jun-Hyuk's playstyle. He wants to be able to survive the enemy's burst using shielding, barrier and lifesteal, and return a ton of damage to get the kill. Moving on to mid game, here he has one lane, he kills top tower with red and white guns, you can invade and steal some camps, or even go mid and use the speed of these guns to get some more plates and another tower. Guess what, he has a 3,800 gold lead on the enemy top laner now. That is a full item over the enemy at 12 minutes in the game. No, not every game will be as perfect as this, but this should be your goal. Start moving around the map killing other towers. Here you should be ahead of enemies and can outplay multiple people while killing towers incredibly fast. This part of the game is so good for Aphelios. He is ahead and can take lots of risks. He doesn't survive this fight, but imagine any other ranged top laner in this situation like a Lucian or a Jace. They get dashed on, CC'd and killed. Aphelios kills one, lifesteals, uses barrier and almost kills all three solo. Even though he doesn't quite get all of them, this clip is still very impressive. Often he even gets HULLBREAKER at this point, focusing on split pushing. This gives him even more AD and health to destroy towers quickly and take free 1v1s or 1v2 fights with little risk. This style definitely takes advantage of one of the main problems in the game right now, which is too much healing. With healing in his runes and healing in all of his items as well as one of his guns, even without the barrier he would be impossible to kill. It's very similar to a Samira, one of the most banned champions in the game, because when she ults, her lifesteal makes it very annoying to kill her. Aphelios has this same ability on his red Q. He's allowed to build even more lifesteal and is accelerated in XP from being in a solo lane, so he becomes even more of a problem. In teamfights, Aphelios is simple. He's a fed AD carry. His job is to position well and DPS while staying alive, but there's one way to ensure you're most effective: setting up the correct guns. The ideal guns for this build are red and white. These let you do the most damage while having the most safety and healing. Jun-Hyuk even uses the Q of the other guns to cycle through them faster, to get ready for the fight. Once your chakrams are stacked up, move forwards into a group of enemies and do as much damage as you can. Like in this fight, it's very split up, so any AD carry should struggle. Aatrox tries to go in on him, but Aphelios has his combo, so he can just straight up face tank it, healing and doing damage. Enemies cannot dare to fight him with this combo, running away as he chases more kills. Choosing which ultimate to use is not that important in fights, they're all very good. Jun-Hyuk uses red for healing, white for more damage, and blue for AoE damage if enemies are grouped up. Sometimes he combos that with a flash in to finish off all the kills. Using your purple CC ult and your green ranged ult are both fine, but mostly you just don't want to have these guns during a fight, so you end up not really using them. Late game, Aphelios is one of the strongest scaling AD carries, even stronger with this survival build. You can face tank enemies with your lifesteal from Shield Bow and Bloodthirster and barrier as well. He now has the health of a bruiser and the damage of a carry, so you'll never fall off unlike other ranged top laners. You can now do stuff like this: start hitting towers, killing them in a few hits, flash forward to dodge skills and finish off important kills. Just keep auto attacking, your damage is too high to beat. He can take down multiple enemies. He doesn't even play this one perfectly, but he still kills 3 people and sets up a 4th kill before he dies. Sometimes his tower damage is even enough to win a game by himself, and HULLBREAKER helps a lot with this. Aphelios top has a lot of counters. Jun-Hyuk normally bans Malphite, as he's hard to kill in lane and has a great gap closer. This is actually what you need to look at when you're thinking about matchups. Do they have a way to get onto me, and can I outrange them? So stuff like Jax, he can jump on you and kill you, it's a counter. Stuff like Mundo, yes he's hard to kill, but he has no way of getting to you, so you can win lane and then start killing him with your extra damage. But you do have to be pressuring him in lane. Aphelios maxes abilities different to other champions. Jun-Hyuk maxes Q first to get the highest bonus attack damage, which is great for laning. You want to use this extra AD to get a kill early on, as if you don't get one, then it's going to be very hard to 1v1 the enemy top laner later on. Max W second to get all the valuable attack speed as you start to scale up. For his build, Jun-Hyuk starts Doran's Blade for most damage. Early on, about 5 to 7 minutes, you should base for boots, a curl, and lifesteal if possible. His first item is always Shield Bow, so basing later for Noon Quiver is pretty good as well. Next he buys full boots, he always gets resistance boots instead of attack speed. He gains enough attack speed from his level ups, and he really requires the resistances to stay alive in 1v1s. If you're ahead, HULLBREAKER here is amazing, allowing you to get multiple towers for free and keep snowballing. If you think you can win that 1v1, then HULLBREAKER is always going to be great. Otherwise, Bloodthirster is very consistent for more lifesteal, get Wit's End against AP champions for survivability, Infinity, or Death's Dance against AD champions. Runan's Hurricane is another good option later on for even better team fighting. If there's any AD item with lifesteal, it's gonna be good on Aphelios. For his runes, he goes Press the Attack for the damage in 1v1s, and a ton of healing in the rest of his runes. He gets Nimbus Cloak for some more mobility, and Gathering Storm to help him scale. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I am going to play Aphelios in Diamond 2 on Twitch right now, and lots more off meta on my climb to Master, so come check it out at twitch.tv/HappyChimeNoises. Thanks again to Core for sponsoring the video, please check them out as well.